Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for an informative and exciting Global Cruise Line webinar with SeaDream Yacht Club. My name is Johanna de Guzman. I'm the Manager of Industry Relations for North American Travel Trade Membership here at CLIA. And I'm going to go quickly through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. The webinar will run for about 40 to 45 minutes with time for questions at the end. Please feel free to type your questions into the questions module of the webinar, and we will get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. This webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, CLIA Global. It is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Bob Lepesto. Bob, president of SeaDream Yacht Club, was part of the original SeaDream team assembled in September of 2001, responsible for the launch of the company. Prior to joining SeaDream, Bob was Vice President of Sales for the Americas at Cunard Line Limited and was responsible for both Cunard Line and Seabourn Cruise Line. Bob served as President of the Institute of Certified Travel Agents from 1994 to 1999. He had joined ICTA following a 22-year career as a sales executive with Continental Airlines, where he rose to the position of Vice President of Global Sales. And with that, take it away, Bob.
Thank you so much, Johanna. And just a shout out to CLIA and all the incredible work they do for our industry. We're very fortunate to have such a great group of professionals kind of watching out for us and advocating on our behalf and educating and doing things like this. But once again, Johanna and everyone at CLIA, thank you for all you do. I also appreciate all of you taking time today to get a quick update on SeaDream Yacht Club. Your clients will never really hear about a small boutique company like SeaDream unless you learn and you, with all the confidence in the world, you provide direction to them and encouragement to them to try a little SeaDream Yacht Club. We don't have all the marketing clout and power of the big cruise lines, so we really do depend on the professional travel advisors to reach out. The only other way they'll hear about us through friends and relatives who've been on board, because we truly are a word-of-mouth product. I like to say we're only as good as the feeling that our last guest had as they disembark. And fortunately, I feel like everyone disembarking our Voyages is a true salesperson for SeaDream, because we are unique and different. Very few people have heard about us. So when our guests return home and tell their friends, relatives, as well as their travel advisors about their experience, in many cases, it's something new, something different, and not simply one of the big, huge cruise lines that do so well also. This is the owner of our company. As indicated by Johanna, we started our company just over 22 years ago. As a matter of fact, almost 22 years to the infamous date of September 11th. Otley and I started the company way back when. Right from the start of the company, we said it's yachting, not cruising, and we've absolutely stayed true to that. Otley was also the original founder and owner of Seabourn Cruise Line. He sold Seabourn to Carnival Corporation many years ago and was out of the industry for a brief period of time. He loves SeaDream Yacht Club. He loves what we do. He's got a passion living in Oslo, Norway for the sea, and he absolutely wanted to get in. So he encouraged a small group of us to come together and start SeaDream Yacht Club. It seems like yesterday, but it's now been a full 22 years. And the only reason I'm continuing to work is because I don't deal with complaints. I deal with very, very happy, satisfied guests. And that makes work so enjoyable. We create memories of a lifetime for the folks who come sail with us. Otley's son, Andreasbrennerstad, and his family live in Miami, and they're involved very actively. Andreas is in the sales and marketing of the company. Otley is in the Oslo office, Andreas and his family in Miami, in the Miami office. Again, I said it's yachting, not cruising. We're true to that. We want every guest to feel like they're on their own private yacht with some other interesting people. Your clients, when they return from a SeaDream voyage, will say, I could not believe the cuisine, I could not believe the service, but I also absolutely loved the other interesting guests I met on board. We truly do deliver a yachting experience. Some of the key differentiators: a maximum of 56 couples who are served by 95 crew members. To be honest with you, based on the fact that some of our staterooms convert into what we call Commodore suites, you'll learn more about that in a moment, but we have on most voyages right at 100 guests and 95 crew. There's very few, if any, in the industry that have a crew to guest ratio of 1-to-1. From an itinerary standpoint, we really focus on where the larger vessels do not go. We want our guests to be looking out at other mega yachts, not huge cruise ships or in more crowded ports. We've got incredible water sports. We've got a new slide that I'm very proud of. We really love. Our guests are having a great time. We've got wave runners, a swimming island, stand-upon paddle boards, all kinds of things for the guests to enjoy in the water. From a dining standpoint, we're also very unique. I don't believe anyone else can say that 100% of their guests are able to dine outside or inside at any time. Right when we started planning SeaDream, we learned what people love to do if they're out yachting is they want to be out in the open air enjoying their meals, not in the beautiful dining rooms on these mega yachts. We've got a beautiful dining room as well, but our guests love dining outside in the open air. We say al fresco. We also provide an opportunity for our guests who want to sleep under the stars. One of the turn down gifts we have as a surprise for our guests is personalized pajamas, nice cotton pajamas with their names on them. They love these pajamas. Our demographic, we trend younger than the luxury cruise lines. We trend more active, more outdoor oriented. Anyone who is a water lover will absolutely love SeaDream because they truly will feel like they're on their own private yacht. American Express did a kind of study of our guests, and they said our guests spend on things related to water. So these are folks who have their own boats. They love the outdoors. They love to be active. That's kind of the target demographic for you to consider in going after for SeaDream. But really, it's if you're young at heart, even if you're in your 70s or 80s or even more than that, you're going to love SeaDream. We also just spent a full $10 million plus on totally renovating both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. And I'll take you through some quick images of that renovation. Now, what you're looking at here is the new Yacht Club stateroom. Nothing that you see in this picture was there prior to the renovation. We took it in the industry, we say down to the steel, but all new furniture, all new bedding, all new flooring, all new ceiling, all new electronics, everything brand new in these ocean view staterooms at 195 square feet. Now, the only difference between Deck 3 and Deck 4, you saw that large rectangular window. If you're in a Yacht Club stateroom on Deck 2, the only difference is these large nautical windows on Deck 2. Again, Deck 3 and 4 has the large rectangular windows, but other than that, the staterooms are exactly the same size. The pricing on Deck 2 is a little less than the pricing on Deck 3 and Deck 4. Now we have, as I mentioned earlier, 16 of those Yacht Club staterooms that are able to have a wall removed. There's 4 of these Commodore suites on Deck 3 and 4 on Deck 2. But that's why I say we actually come down from 56 total accommodations to 48 if we have all of the Commodore suites opened up, as you can see here. Then we have 1 Admiral suite at 375 square feet and 1 beautiful owner's suite at 450 square feet. And incidentally, both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2 are identical, except for the art and some material coverings on the yacht. But other than that, they're exactly identical, both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. Now, also a part of the dramatic renovation is we put all new decking on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2, as you can see here on the pool deck area. And also, I may mention, this pool for a yacht our size at 355 feet is an incredibly fun area of the yacht on the aft portion. Part of the dramatic renovation also was extending the top deck, deck 6 area. We installed these couples hot tubs up there. The glass that you see reflected there is our golf simulator. We also added new furniture up in this area, a new hammock, totally renovated this area of the yacht and expanded it. Also with new showers. There you can see the hammock. You can also see the door into the golf simulator. And of course, our Instagram wall, which has become very popular and didn't exist prior to the renovations. Also, new bedding on our Balinese Dream beds in the aft area of deck 6. You can see new captain's chairs there. This is a very, very popular area of the yacht. We make those beds up at night for guests who want to sleep under the stars. And if we have honeymoon couples on board, they love this larger bed, deck 6, forward of the golf simulator. And we put up, of course, a little privacy tape when we have honeymoon couples up here. We also were the first to install Starlink for all of us in the industry, but really for SeaDream, it's really been a game changer. People, although I always encourage everyone to get disconnected when they're sailing with us, they want to be connected. They want to stream that that sporting event or whatever, or be involved in Teams meetings on board. They can do that now with Starlink internet on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. And the coverage is getting, well, it's great, but it's getting even better day in and day out. Even on transatlantic voyages, Starlink has worked well for us. Now, with SeaDream, it's casual elegance. There's no need for ties, tuxedos, all kinds of heavy packing. We don't do anything approaching a formal night. This would be an example of a couple boarding in St. Thomas. You can see they're met by our officers as well as our spa girls, provided the drink of their choice, and welcomed aboard. Award-winning service. We'll talk about awards in a minute, but we're just incredibly proud of the service provided by our crew members. As mentioned earlier, most dining is outdoors. Here's an example of deck 4 aft. Even though we have up to 56 couples, because we're dining outdoors almost all the time, breakfast, lunches, and many dinners, wherever you are dining on the yacht, you feel like you're basically on your own private yacht. You don't feel like there's even 100 guests around. This is one of our chefs, Tomas. When we're in the Mediterranean, we love to take guests out shopping in the markets. Tomas is just an incredible spirit. Everyone loves Tomas, as well as Alistair and our other chefs on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. Some examples of their creations. Absolutely the freshest ingredients and prepared a la minute with incredible, incredible presentations. Desserts, of course. We also are experts in the area of the absolute healthy choices. And when I talk about healthy choices, it's not like if you're gluten-free or if you're vegan that you get tossed a salad. We do gourmet, what we call living or raw cuisine on SeaDream. So anyone with dietary preferences or wanting to make the most healthy choices when they're on a SeaDream voyage, we provide that opportunity, but done in an absolute gourmet way. This is that slide I talked about earlier. Both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2 now have the inflatable slide. You can see this guest as they're coming down, coming off the bottom of the slide, but it's absolutely fun. And for SeaDream, many people I show this image to, they say, oh, just like Below Deck, which is all about yachting. Well, truly, this does, from a marketing standpoint, say this is yachting, not cruising, which we've been saying now for 22 plus years. And again, the other water sports activities, sailboats, our swimming island, our stand-upon paddleboard, wave runners, zodiacs, all kinds of fun things to do on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2. I mentioned earlier our golf simulators. We also have a good number of mountain bikes on board for guests to enjoy taking shoreside whenever they so choose. There's all kinds of fun on board. Oftentimes when I'm doing a webinar, I get the question, so what's there to do on board? Well, first off, we've got a pianist and a guitar player. We also have the ability to do electronic music, either here at the top of the yacht bar or down around the pool area. There's also a small casino on board. I hate to even call it a casino because we don't have a lot of slot machines. It's a gaming table, and it's right adjacent to our piano bar, but guests absolutely love to do a little gambling when they're on their SeaDream voyages. We do movies under the stars. There you can see the piano bar and the bar. It's really a fun environment. And there's various areas of the yacht, either at the top of the yacht, that beautiful bar you see in the lower quadrant here, or the pool bar. There's great areas to meet with other guests and connect. We also have a Thai spa, 5 massage therapists. I promise you that our spa therapist to guest ratio is also second to none in the industry, but guests who come on SeaDream absolutely love the Thai spa. We're the only Thai certified spa at sea. The ladies also conduct Tai Chi and yoga in the mornings for any guests interested. I need to impress upon you here that although we have really incredible healthy cuisine choices, and we've got the great spa, and we do Tai Chi and yoga, we don't overly push these activities. They're available for those guests interested or these meal choices, but they're not overly pushed. So if you like the real rich cuisine like I do, that we also are able to provide, that you feel very comfortable enjoying those things as well. Now, quickly, from an itinerary standpoint, as I mentioned earlier, we go where the big ships are not, to the absolute best of our ability. In the Caribbean, places like St. Bart's, we overnight in St. Bart's, because absolutely, if you're on your own private yacht and you're in St. Bart's, you love to overnight there. We go to places like Saba. I don't know of others who go there. We love Anguilla. This is Shoal Beach. If you've never been to Anguilla, it's really spectacular. We do our beach party at Yost Van Dyke or Prickly Pear in Virgin Gorda. We also have a location on Nevis that we can do the beach party. We go to the Yachtsman's Island of Norman Island where there's no cars. We go to Meru. We go to Martinique. Again, places where the big ships aren't, in places where our guests can look out on other mega yachts. When we're in the Caribbean, we do our famous beach barbecue and champagne and caviar splash. Now, others have duplicated this, however, or tried to duplicate it. However, it was on our little yachts when they were known as Sea Goddess 1 and Sea Goddess 2 that this was first created, and our crew does an incredible job enjoying time in the water with the guests, serving champagne and caviar on our Caribbean voyages. Just quickly, some sample itineraries, and I select all itineraries where we still have some space available. We have on this December 16th, San Juan to St. Martin itinerary. We've got some good space left. We've got a nice little 6-night in early January, St. Thomas round trip. St. Martin to San Juan in March of 2024, and Barbados round trip as well. The nice thing about SeaDream, we do the US and British Virgin Islands, but we also do incredible voyages down in the Grenadines. So you get the best of the entire Caribbean when you're on SeaDream. And we also have voyages that are into and out of Palm Beach that you can find on our website as well. Those voyages sell very quickly. They're popular, and they're out to the Bahamas. In the Mediterranean, again, consistently, we go where the big ships aren't. Places like Monte Carlo, places like Portofino, in Croatia, Var, the little island of Idra. We go to Paros, Patmos, Naxos, other small islands within the Greek Isles. We can go all the way up the river in Seville or up the small fjord in Bonifacio. So again, wherever the big ships aren't, we want to be. Here, I love this image going through the Corinth Canal. As you can see, SeaDream, as small as we are, there's great space on both sides when we're in the Corinth Canal. And we're also small enough where we're still permitted to go all the way up the Grand Canal into the heart of Venice, just steps away from St. Mark's. So this is a real nice feature based on the size of our yachts that we're able to provide our guests. Some itineraries that we have, good space still for 2024 in the Mediterranean. We're back into Istanbul, and our guests are loving getting all the way up to Istanbul, the combination of Turkey as well as Greece. We do some great round trip Athens voyages. Of course, the Western Med, Nice to Rome. And then some nice voyages down to Amalfi, Capri area, Rome to Rome, also available. And all of these itineraries still have very good space. Now, for 25 and 26, I'm excited to announce that we are back in Northern Europe. And our 25 voyages have sold incredibly well, and that's why we're giving you a sneak preview today to what isn't on our website yet, but is going to be released within the next 3 or 4 weeks, our itineraries in 26 in Northern Europe again. It's magical on a yacht like SeaDream to be up in Northern Europe. Now, I mentioned 25 Northern Europe absolutely sold incredibly well. We do have a number of voyages, I'll be honest with you, that are sold out already for 25. But here's examples of multiple voyages that are not sold out. Bordeaux to London in May of 25, Oslo to Stockholm, also at the end of May into early June. We have a Stockholm round trip 8-night voyage that's exceptional and still has quality space. And then toward the end of the Northern Europe season, Oslo down to Bordeaux, going through the Kiel Canal, which is a great experience. A nice 10-night voyage in 25. Now I have to ask you, don't tell my boss I'm telling you about this, but these are planned itineraries, and we're still in the final phase of finalizing this. But May to September of 26, we're going to be doing a Malaga to Bordeaux, Bordeaux to London 8-day. We'll have Oslo all the way up to Tromsø. 4, or there may even be 5 or 6 of these voyages possible in 26. Again, we're just finalizing this. We've got Oslo to Bergen, which is a great voyage, and then a very unique voyage, Bergen to Glasgow, of 11 days, including islands of Scotland and the Faroe Islands of Denmark. A very unique voyage. One of our captains lives on a small island in Scotland. So he has created, with Emilio Freeman, our Vice President of Itinerary Planning, he has really created this unique voyage. Then we'll be going Glasgow to Dublin, Dublin to Bordeaux, Bordeaux to Lisbon, and at the end of the summer in 26, we'll also be back in the Mediterranean with this one yacht doing Northern Europe. The other yacht, of course, in 26 will be doing basically all of the Mediterranean. Now, we are also perfect for charter opportunities. And I can't tell you the number of travel advisors who have successfully sold charters on SeaDream. Their secret to success has been planting the seed well in advance of events that they know are coming up and simply suggesting the possibility of a full yacht charter on SeaDream. We, of course, do many incentive events with the auto industry, financial services, insurance, but we also do lighting companies, flooring companies. We do university charters. But when it comes to travel advisors' success, it really comes down to primarily family reunions, milestone birthday celebrations, and anniversary celebrations, as well as some weddings. But I have also had non-incentive professional travel advisors successfully sell incentive charters as well. We customize everything when it comes to chartering. So you would, you just talk to us, we work with you in making it happen for your clients. Here's an example of a wedding charter that we did. Customize itinerary, onboard entertainment, menus, decor. We do extremely incredible firework displays on the birthday celebration day, shore excursions, and more. What it really comes down to is thinking 2 to 3 years in advance of these major events that are coming forward. Sometimes even a year and a half in advance will work, but plant the seed with your clients about, have you ever thought of doing your big 5-0 or your big 6-0 on a yacht? I've got the perfect one for you, and you don't have to always think about filling up the entire yacht. We do a lot of charters from 70 all the way up to the full yacht at 112 guests, but you don't have to use the entire yacht. One of the handouts that I have provided, and you can download right there from the presentation, is this SeaDream Charter is Smarter. It's a quick reference checklist of everything to talk about when you're suggesting a charter to one of your clients on SeaDream, all that's included. We also are very good for groups. We do an immense number of groups through travel advisors. We provide a tour conductor stateroom for the 8 sold on many voyages. On other voyages, it's 1 berth upon hitting 8, or a full stateroom upon achieving 16 sold staterooms. We do have a maximum of 2 TC staterooms per group, and we do require a $300 deposit to hold the rate on your group for a full 3-month promotional periods. Family and friends, milestone events, really, really great for yacht clubs or country clubs. And I will tell you, if you got, say, a group of 12 couples from a country club, and this actually happened with a Hilton Head travel advisor, she had 12 couples from a country club on Hilton Head. Those couples returned after their SeaDream voyage. We did a cruise night with them, and it ended up selling out an entire charter for their next time on SeaDream. We have all kinds of sales support available for you, printed and electronic brochures, customized flyers. We also have, for CLIA members, a $200 bonus commission opportunity on new bookings. We have great travel advisor rates on select voyages. We currently have them available on late Mediterranean voyages or 4th quarter Caribbean. just let your sales director know if you're interested in learning more about those, and we'll send you out the details. We love consumer events where you, along with us, are working together to support a consumer event. A presentation is given by our sales director. We join in the cost of that event and find that excellent bookings result as a result of that. And again, our reservations office as well as our website is available for you, and of course our sales directors. Here's the sales directors we have: Denise out west, Ashley in the Midwest, Matthew in the Southeast, and Lucille up in the Northeast. And we also have Michael Rogers, who is inside sales, working with advisors that were unable to get all the way out to those areas of the country. I mentioned our website. Up there in the far right-hand corner in small type, you'll see Travel Agent. If you click on that, you get this screen, and you'll find our flyer generator for quickly and easily, even Bob can do it, but you can generate a group on a promotional flyer for a group with that flyer generator. You can go to our image library, our video library, and other electronic brochures, other things available for your use. This is also a quick reference piece on the SeaDream difference. You have a link in this presentation for being able to access that. Really quick reference piece. You can connect with us in all kinds of other ways, as you can see here. The reason I, as the president of SeaDream Yacht Club, sleep well at night are these incredible 95, I like to call them family members because we all feel so close, but they're our team on board. They will, I guarantee you, exceed your clients, our guests' expectations. The nice thing about selling SeaDream, more often than not, your clients will rebook their next voyage when they're on their current voyage. And if you're the advisor of record, you get full credit for that booking and are notified shortly after the voyage ends about the booking. So you can recommend and sell SeaDream with all the confidence in the world, and you can and will create loyal SeaDreamers. I love my Tuesdays because I'm able to read from the prior week the incredible comments we get from guests. This just was on a September 9 through 15 voyage. Overall impression of your voyage: 10, absolutely perfect. The staff made the trip. And another guest said in response, on a score of 1 to 10, with 10 being perfect, simply amazing, we will be back. And lastly, 10 plus, we love the experience, have never had such amazing service from the hardest working crew with a smile all the time. Fortunately, this hard work has paid off. We've been recently been recognized by USA Today Reader's Choice as the best boutique cruise line and the best small cruise ship. It's not, didn't happen other than by dedicated team members working together. There truly is a difference. We will continue to say it's not yachting, not cruising, and guarantee that we will deliver that yachting experience to your clients. Please send them our way. I'm proud to say we're having our best year ever for 2023, and 2024 is already on a pace to be another spectacular year. It's so great for us, along with the entire cruise industry, to be realizing such an incredible comeback after the challenging recent time we've had. I look forward to any questions that Johanna may have for me.
Bob, thanks so much for that informative webinar. This is actually one of my favorite photos that you actually shared at Cruise 360 this past April. This was my introduction to SeaDream, and I think it's a great image, honestly. But the questions that some of our attendees are asking, could you speak about the accessibility that is on a smaller yachting boat versus something that they might see on cruises? So any handicap accessibility or limited movements aboard, and then if there's like a doctor aboard or anything like that?
Absolutely. Yes, we do have a full-time doctor on board, and any of our guests who have any kind of illness, they tell me they wish they could take him home with them. We're blessed in having really, really great team members in the area of doctor. We also have a small medical facility on board as well for any of those kind of requirements. From the standpoint of accessibility, our Stateroom 215 is designed and built from the standpoint of the door, etc., for being accessible. I will say that any of your clients who have significant mobility issues, even though we have an elevator on both SeaDream 1 and SeaDream 2 that goes from deck 2 all the way up to deck 5, there are about 12 steps from deck 5 up to deck 6. We're always willing to help guests who need assistance, but there may be better choices for people who have real mobility issues because we don't have the kind of accessibility the bigger cruise ships have in that regard.
Great, thank you so much for sharing that information, Bob. So I know that you spoke about the different excursions and the different groups that you accommodate on board. Could you speak a little bit about any excursions or itineraries that SeaDream is a little bit better suited for families?
Yeah, we have on our website, when you click on a voyage, you are able to look at all of the shore excursions that are included with that voyage, and we have them loaded all the way out into 2024 on the website. Gives you a description of the shore excursions we offer as well as the prices involved, and your clients are able to book in advance shore excursions if they want to. We also have crew-led shore excursions, or like our crew will take guests out on a bike ride, or in certain areas, say hiking to a monastery on one of the small islands in Greece, or out for a hike when we're in St. Bart's, various places. Those crew-led excursions, there is no additional charge for, and you coordinate all of those kind of activities on board. So I hope that answers the questions relative to shore excursions.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much. Another question that some of our attendees are asking, could you go back to show us one of the slides that shows what is included in the different packages that SeaDream offers?
What is included? I don't think I had something that showed that, but I can
the charter slide.
Oh, okay. Yep. I can go back there. Here it is.
Perfect,
yeah,
perfect.
That we call it Charter is Smarter, and I neglected to say I've got a great number of travel advisors who I have had the pleasure of sending commission checks of as much as 85. Actually, the biggest one was somebody who sold a Christmas and New Year's charter, and I sent her a commission check for $150,000 in one sale. But I love the opportunity to recognize travel advisors who reach out, plant the seed, and then depend on Bob or one of the sales directors to assist you in closing the charter deal. And the other nice thing is we do have repeaters on the charter side as well.
Now, you spoke about this at Cruise 360, and I did think that this was a great opportunity for any client or anybody looking to charter. It looks like you guys do include a bunch of different activities and dining. Could you highlight anything special about yachting and not cruising in terms of dining on board?
As I mentioned in the presentation, the biggest difference is most of the dining is done out in the open air. I would say, even though it's in the open air and not in a formal dining salon, the attention to detail when it comes to service, when it comes to cuisine, when it comes to remembering preferences, not only on drinks, but also dining preferences, is absolutely second to none. But it could be a very relaxed dining experience of up to, say, an hour to an hour and a half, looking out on Amalfi or looking out on Capri or looking out on Gustavia in St. Bart's with the open air breezes and just great conversation with other interesting people, either who came with you as a group or who you met on board. I can't tell you how many of our guests have told me they loved meeting other guests on board, and they've made friends for life and actually are booking future voyages with people they met on their last voyage.
Great, thank you so much, Bob. One last question that they are asking here is back to the families. Is there an age limit aboard SeaDream?
Yeah, I neglected to respond to that prior question, and I should have. The age limit is 1 year at time of sailing.
Okay.
Now, to be honest with you, we are not the best choice for young kids. I really encourage families with young kids to select other lines that have babysitting and programs dedicated to their kids. There's so many that do a great job at that. I love to recommend that well-traveled teenagers and above love SeaDream because of all of our activities. And during the holiday period, as well as during the summer months, you will find families with teenage children. But other than possibly a family reunion where the family is bringing on somebody to take care of the younger kids, we're really not the best choice in that regard.
Fair answer. Thank you so much for sharing that, Bob. So I know that you spoke about the different itineraries that you all are offering, and then we spoke about charter is smarter. So in your opinion, what do you think the big difference or the benefit or advantage of either one? So booking with SeaDream either for a charter or for just an itinerary, what could you share with our attendees about both of those offerings that you have?
Well, the real nice thing about the exclusive charter is the dramatic customization. With groups, we don't allow much customization at all because we really depend on word of mouth, and our guests don't want to be on a voyage where there's a large group that may conflict with their enjoyment. So we limit our group size, and we also ensure that any customization for groups is limited where we're confident it will not affect the enjoyment of other guests. For full yacht charters, we go crazy in customizing. We will do virtually anything. I think you might have saw one picture where BMW asked me to figure out how to have their automobile placed during the Grand Prix of Monte Carlo over our pool. What did I do? We built an aluminum platform. We used a crane and put the automobile over the pool. So for the entire 4-week charter of the Grand Prix, their clients were dining around their pool. You can also, if you want a fun one, you can Google Tom Brady Grand Prix Monte Carlo, and you'll see Tom Brady, who was the personality for the watch company Tag charter, throwing a football off SeaDream to the winner of the Grand Prix. I think that was in 2016 or 17. But we love to customize to the nth degree for our charter clients.
Perfect. That is very good to know. And for a charter, just in case we missed it, how early would an agent need to contact SeaDream about booking a charter?
I would say always think of a year or more out.
Okay.
We're right now doing charters for multiple charters for 25. I've got a quote out for 26. At certain times, closer in is possible, but in general, reaching further out is the best, and that's why I recommend, especially for those milestone events. You know the birth dates of your clients. You know your clients who can afford a spectacular celebration for their milestone coming up. So it's really, really good practice to plant the seed a full 2 years before and talk to one of us at SeaDream for figuring out what would be a perfect voyage that would coincide with the birthday or be very close. Again, if you don't plant seeds, you're not going to get any to germinate, but one of those will germinate, and then we're here to help you close the deal and get that charter signed up. One point I would like to make, we're very popular with our groups for chefs or wine clubs, fine restaurants where the chef owns the restaurant. And I have one of my sales directors out west right now working on a group where the chef wants to do a cooking demonstration, even though they're not chartering the entire yacht. But we do have opportunities for, in cases like this, they could do a cooking demonstration in the main salon, which is focused on their group, but open to all the other guests on the voyage. And we would obviously provide that opportunity. Guests love to see, you know, very highly acclaimed chefs doing cooking demonstrations. Again, it's available. It's not something that would be required of any guest to attend, but something that would be interesting on a group voyage.
Yeah, no, that sounds super fun and like a great opportunity that is very unique to SeaDream. So it sounds like even on, and correct me if I'm wrong, would it be possible to do special events or group events on, not on a charter, but just if a client was on another itinerary, would they still be able to celebrate special events?
Yeah, we do special wine voyages. We do wine tasting. We have some wine clubs on board, which may not, in fact, take over the entire yacht, but a wine tasting that would be conducted by them would be available for other guests. So again, our rule of thumb is how can we ensure that other guests' enjoyment will not be compromised, but will be enhanced by this potential additional opportunity being provided by that group.
No, that's great. And last thing, just to kind of wrap up here, Bob, could you go back to the different commissions and the offerings that you all have for our CLIA members?
Yeah, as I mentioned, we have a $200 bonus commission opportunity for new bookings. As the offering. Pardon?
I think it's towards the end, towards the other way.
Okay, yep. Okay. Oops, sorry.
No,
but a quick review of these incredible images.
And I did hear of that one itinerary in December, on December 16th. That was yes. My ears perked up because
let's see.
You skipped it. Go back about 4 slides, I believe. One more. There we go.
Oh, there it is. Yes.
And I just wanted to get that number, the email, and the website there for our attendees.
Yep.
And I do want to thank you, and CLIA does thank you for offering that $200 bonus commission for new bookings to our agents and our members. We thank you so much for that support.
Absolutely. Thank you. Our pleasure. We look forward to driving new bookings together. And again, they're not going to hear about us in general unless they hear from folks who have just been on board or their travel advisors. So please get the word out and use your sales team or our sales team to support you in any way possible. And I will tell you, if you can come out and sail yourself at our advisor rates, you will totally get the difference and be spoiled forever.
That is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all to be spoiled a little bit. Well,
All
Bob,
right. Well, thank you. Thank you again so much. Appreciate your valuable time, and I hope your business is going as great as our business is. Send them our way. We'll delight your clients for sure.
thank you so much, Bob, and I hope to be on board soon. And I hope that the agents have learned a lot and reach out to you about charters and the different itineraries that you guys offer. All
Thank
right.
you, Joanna.
You
Bye
guys have
now.
a great day. Take care. Thank you so much.